How much do you trust your own ears? I mean, really trust them. It's one of those senses we take for granted. But that fundamental trust is being challenged right now in a way we've never seen before. Today, we're diving into the pretty unsettling world of AI voice cloning, a technology that is quickly teaching us that hearing is no longer believing.
Okay, so to really get a feel for this, let's walk through a scenario. And I want to be clear, this isn't science fiction anymore. This is a very real, very new kind of threat that could happen to any one of us.
So, your phone rings, you pick it up, and you hear a voice you have known your entire life. Maybe it's your mom, your partner, your kid, and instantly you feel that connection, right? That sense of comfort.
And it's not just kind of similar, it is exact. The specific pitch, the sound that you could pick out of 100 people in a crowded room, it's them, unmistakably.
The emotion in their voice is perfect too. If they sound scared, you feel that pit in your stomach. If they sound excited, you get excited with them. The tone feels completely 100% authentic.
And this is the part that is just so uncanny. It has their unique rhythm, their cadence. You know, the little pauses they take when they're thinking? It's their vocal fingerprint.
And then comes the twist. The person you think you're having this heartfelt conversation with, they aren't there. You're actually talking to a machine that has perfectly, flawlessly mimicked someone you trust.
So you're probably wondering, okay, how much of my voice would an AI need to pull this off? Hours of recordings, right? Nope, you'd be shocked. Sometimes it's less than 30 seconds. Think about it. A short voice note you sent, a clip from a video you posted online, that can be all it takes to create a totally convincing clone.
So of course, that leads to the big question. How is this even possible? Let's pull back the curtain a little bit on how this technology actually works. It's somehow both simpler and way more complex than you might think. Right? How can a machine replicate something so uniquely human with such, well, terrifying accuracy? Let's break it down. It all boils down to a three-step process. First, the AI needs some audio of you. That's the data collection part. Then, it analyzes those samples to figure out all the unique patterns of how you talk. And finally, it uses those patterns to literally recreate your voice from scratch.
See, the AI isn't just listening to you, it's deconstructing your speech. It's breaking it down into all its core components. The high and low notes of your pitch, the specific sounds of your accent, your personal rhythm, and even those tiny, almost invisible pauses you make between words. It's like a chef figuring out not just the ingredients, but the entire secret recipe for your voice. And this right here is the most important thing to understand. The AI isn't a parrot. It's not just playing back a recording of you. It has learned the rules of how you speak. And that means it can generate brand new sentences, words you have never, ever said, in a voice that is completely indistinguishable from your own. Now, like so many powerful technologies, this whole voice cloning thing is a classic double-edged sword. It has the potential for some absolutely incredible good, but it also has the potential for some profound harm. Let's look at both sides of that coin. So, on the one hand, the good stuff is genuinely inspiring. I mean, think about giving a voice back to someone who lost theirs to an illness like ALS. It's amazing. Or being able to dub a movie into another language while keeping the original actor's emotional delivery intact. But that dark side is just as powerful. We're already seeing scams like CEO fraud, where a finance person gets a call from what sounds exactly like their boss, in a panic, demanding an urgent money transfer. By the time they realize something's wrong, the money is gone.
All of this brings us to a huge societal shift. This technology is forcing all of us to face a brand new reality where one of our most basic senses can be tricked, and tricked easily.
For our entire lives and for generations before us, hearing someone's voice was basically as good as seeing them in person. It was a fundamental form of identification. If you heard them, it was them. End of story.
But that belief, that assumption we've held for so long, it's broken. The foundation of trust we automatically placed in a familiar voice has been permanently undermined.
And this has immediate, real-world consequences. Think about all those voice authentication systems your bank or other companies use. You know, where you say, "My voice is my password." Well, those security measures that were once considered pretty solid are now becoming super vulnerable.
Now look, I know this all sounds really alarming, and frankly, it is. But the goal here isn't to make you afraid, it's to make you aware. So what can we actually do about all this? Let's talk about our first line of defense. In this new world, your most powerful tool isn't some fancy tech.
It's just knowledge. Simply understanding that this technology is out there is the single most important first step you can take to protect yourself.
So, what does this actually look like in practice? Well, first, just knowing this is possible changes the game. Second, don't rely on a voice alone anymore. If you get a weird request, hang up and call the person back on a number you know is theirs. With your family, you could even come up with a simple safe word or a silly question only they'd know the answer to. Be extra skeptical of any request that's urgent, emotional, and involves money. And finally, you just have to internalize this new rule. A familiar voice is no longer a guarantee of who you're talking to.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. In our digital world, your voice print can be copied and used by anyone. It's another piece of data. So the question we all have to start asking ourselves is, in a world where we can't always trust what we hear, how will we learn to listen?